Good morning,
Good
everyone!
morning,
Happy Sunday,
everyone.
Mel!
Hello.
Sorry,
Ayan.
malayo ba? Ayan, can you hear
Okay
me?
naman. Ako ba? Ay, wait, hindi pala nakasaksak joke.
Nakakaloka!
Kaya pala sabi ko parang wait lang. Ayan. Hello,
Good
guys.
morning, everyone! Welcome to the You Got This Year 2 Day 2 Online Planning
Yes.
and Journaling Summit.
Hello. Hello, guys. Good morning. Yes.
Hi,
Hello.
Joanne.
We'll be your host for today. Ulit, again and again. My name is Belle.
I'm Jasmine.
Hi. Ayan. So, guys.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Okay, so our guests for today, it's such an exciting day, We will be featuring our guest speakers for today, Stacy Gutierrez, Prim Paipon, Reza Custodio Soriano, Nikki Jurado, Karen Bordador, and our very own, syempre, si Miss Darty Nilo. They will be talking about
Yes.
topics surrounding the themes of self-love, dreams, limiting beliefs, finance, adversity, and inspiration. So, how are you all today? Sobrang thank you for tuning in with us and we're all very excited that you're joining us for day 2. Ang dami. Ayan na sila. Hello, Mish. Hi,
Yo.
Ace.
Please do say hi in the comment section below and mention where you're watching us from para makita namin kayo. Also, don't forget to allow StreamYard para makita namin yung mga names ninyo and mabati
Kapag
namin kayo ng
nagko-comment kayo.
maayos. Yes! So,
Ay,
while you're typing, si Jazz, can you, of our
yes,
giveaway
I just
promo?
want to remind you of our ongoing promos and giveaways. So first, share your share our YGT FB live and use the hashtags YGT sharing is caring, YGT rewrite your story, and we will randomly pick one winner per live video who will get a Lazada voucher worth 1,000 pesos. Treat yourself in the comfort of your own home. Get ready for the 10-10 Laz Mall Big Brand Sale and download the Lazada app today. Lazada PH app today. Nasa Lazada yan. Legit sa legit sa Laz Mall PH 10-10. Number 2, take a
Yes.
photo or a video of your weekend experience, post it on your social media account, and tag us and use the hashtag YGT2021 happening now and hashtag 2021 ATM at the moment. Diba yun yan? And then we
Yeah.
will randomly again select 6 winners for today who will win a Pop Studio Cosmetic gift. Okay, the number 3 promo is the Top Badger award. The Top Badger is the most engaged in the comment section during the speaker talk. So we will pick one winner per talk who will win Crash Planting on You kits. Ang saya, tinan mo yung mga
Yes.
pahalaman, ganyan.
Yes.
Okay, Crash Planting on You Kitchen Garden Kit has everything you need to grow your own fresh kitchen garden year-round. Ito, ornamental to. So, hindi ito yun. Yung pinakita ni Belle kahapon. We make planting easy
mamaya.
for you. No green thumb nor backyard needed. Our Plant and Manifest Kits lets you experience manifestation in a practical and creative way through gardening. Manifesting a happy life is like being a gardener. Our thoughts
Aw.
and joyful wishes are the seeds, and it is inspired action, teamwork, and trust with you and nature to make it grow and happen. So shop our kits at crashplantingonyou.com/crazyaboutpaper.com hashtag crashplantingonyou. And then number 4, best takeaway. Ito yung mga favorite ko
Yes.
na promo
Mm.
talaga. The best takeaway promo, ang mechanics, you share with us your best takeaway in the comment section after every talk, and then we will choose the best one who will win a Puritan Pride Kit. Ay ako, hindi pa ako nag-vitamins ko nandito sa tabi ko. So, potents that
Mm.
complements your complexion, vitamin D3, nourishes your skin with touches of vigor similar to the benefits from sunshine, with perfect potency for energy and strength. Vitamin C is an immunity companion, amplifying your immune system and gives you more eye catching radiance. Being the power up bundle, vitamins D3 and C act together as a two power enhancer for a sturdier body, immunity, and very good complexion. Power Up Bundle is exclusively available at Lazmall. Hashtag September Power Up. Hashtag Health is Everyday. Hashtag Puritans Pride PH. So lahat ng mananalo, i-announce all throughout the live. Alam nyo na, si
Yes.
Belle, ang ating games master,
Yeah.
our promo master, and ang tagatago ng mga lihim na sikreto ng mga mananalo. So, Belle
Yeah.
will be announcing all the winners throughout the live. At saka ipopost din namin yan sa You Got This FB group. So, siguraduhin ninyong kasali kayo sa You Got This FB group. Okay? Okay?
True. True. So dahil sinabi ni Jazz yung mga winners, before ko i-continue yung ating, parang nag-echo ko, ako ba yun? Narinig niyo ba? Ayan. So, okay. So, bago ko i-announce yung mga sunod natin mga promos, i-announce ko muna yung mga winners dun sa last segment natin, nung best
Nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, may
takeaway.
panalo na.
Mm.
Grabe
Ito
naman
yung
tong You Got This.
yesterday, yung last night, di ba? So, so yung congratulations sa ating best takeaway payer, ganun, sa Be Resilient and Relentless with Doc Kia, si Irish Joy Raimundo. And then, ang ating Share the FB Live winner na makakapanalo ng crash planting on you kit. Sabihin ko dapat yung kay Joman, is si Yiham Rosales or Ham Rosales. Diba yun? Yan. And then, yung ating, yung Lazada voucher pala yung mapapanalunan niya. Ito yung si Top Budger makakapanalo ng Crash Planting on You Kit. Si Catherine Denise Query. Ayan, guys. Mga nakapost din yan sa You Got This PH group and nakasulat din doon kung paano nyo makiklaim ang aming mga prizes. And now, guys, ayan, ang ating mga ongoing promos naman. So, eto, 15% off. So, medyo matatakpan lang muna si Jess sa ating gilid. 15% off on all our planners and other products. And guys, we also have yung ating free PVC planner protector if you use the promo code FREEPVC. Ayan, nakasulat din dyan sa pina-flash ko sa screen. Okay, basta dapat naka-add to cart yung 2022 planner ninyo and yung PVC protector. Kapag hindi naka-add to cart, hindi siya papasok. And guys, ongoing din ang aming free customization right now. There's no code for this. Naka-same price kami lahat. And then we also have the free shipping when you reach a minimum purchase of 800 pesos. Please just use the promo code free shipping and the 100 pesos will be deducted on the total price of your cart. And guys, if you reach a minimum purchase of 1,500, automatic lalagyan na namin ng free craft notebook yung inyong pouch. There's no code needed for this. No need to add to cart any other extra things. And then when you reach a minimum purchase of 2,000 pesos, you'll get a free anniversary notebook. For this one, you have to add to cart yung free anniversary notebook. Since marami kaming covers, you can add a cover of your choice. And then, tsaka nyo gagamitin yung promo code na ANIVNTBK. Ayan, andyan din siya. And then, the last one, if you reach a minimum purchase of 3,000 pesos, you'll get a free anniversary notebook plus an additional 150 off your cart. So, dapat, when you reach the 3,000, just use the promo code ADD150 off. So, yung anniversary notebook, no need to add to cart. So, kami na maglalagay nun. So, yung 150 pesos yung magre-reflect sa inyong mga cart. Yun! Ang dami! Ayan, dyan.
Okay, so syempre gusto namin pasalamatan ang aming mga brand partners, our major partners, Revlon, Cravewell, Lazada, Elana Minerals, Vitapack, Moringa Glutasy, Eco Shift, Frankie's and Red Mango. And then our minor partners, Harem, Tokyo Fine, Sleepasil, Mondelez, Alaska, Lirio Chocolates, Nail Cafe Manila, Frankie's ulit, saka Red Mango. And our sponsors for our first 100 winners, Revlon, Sleepasil, Serenity, Pili Annie, and Anytime Fitness. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. Ayan. So guys, bago tayo mag-start ng bago namin tawagin si Dar dito, tingnan muna natin kung sino yung mga nasa comments. Tingnan natin. Hello kay Jenny. Jenny, Angela, si Mian, Abigail. Oy, Abigail, hi, andito ka na. Yesterday kasi nakita ko yung comment niya na hindi daw siya nakanood yesterday. Naka-team replay
Aw.
lang sila. Si Mitch, naka-team #team replay daw yesterday but #team live siya today. Hello guys, thank you so much
Oh,
for joining
yeah.
us. Ayan, si may konting echo nga daw. Okay, okay na ba kami?
Sorry.
Let us
Kasi basa pa
know.
yung buhok ko, baka bumaho yung earphone. So, naririnig yung si Belle through my earphone. Sorry na, ito na, suot ko na. Nagpaliwanag.
Ayan, okay. Okay na tayo. Ayan, okay guys. So, ready na ba si Dar dyan sa for her first...
Dar, handa ka na ba? O,
Wait,
diba? Ang saya
wait
na
lang.
may
Sige.
pa-backstage.
May pa-backstage. Ready na kami dyan. Sige guys, please, naman, sino dito yung mga nandito yesterday? Please, say, say, #YGT, rewrite your story. Ang haba. Sige, sino yung mga nandito yesterday? Yung mga wala dito, excited ba kayo dun sa ating mga flash sale? Kung hindi kayo nakaabot yesterday, don't worry, andi dito. And meron kaming mga sunod pang mga flash sale natin. Ayan, si Sheena andito. Wow, ang dami na nila. Wait lang. Ayan, si Claire M. Si Sheena. Hello, Sheena. Dayan.
Hi,
Ayan, andito
Dayan.
sila.
Hi,
Okay, guys.
Hazel.
Don't forget, if you share yung mga live, itong share yung each live namin. Every time, meron kaming kukunin na one winner na pwedeng manalo ng 1,000 pesos sa ating from Lazada. Uy, ready na kami for
1,000
Dar. Ay,
peso
wait lang
voucher,
daw.
ha? Excited na kayo makita si Dar.
Yes. Ayan.
Huwag
Okay.
kayo
So,
magsasawa
parang,
sa amin ni Bella.
para sa
Parang buong araw niyo pa
para
kami
sa mga
puso.
nabudol kahapon, meron ba? Di #team budol.
Congratulations! Nakalagay dun sa mga package ninyo para
Oo nga, nakita yung sabi nga ni si G, nagre-request daw siya para kunwari daw prize. Ayan, ang dami nila. Yes, excited for day 2, guys. Yay! Ayan, so, ready na ba? Okay, ayan, tatawagin na natin siya for her opening speech. Yes!
Okay, ladies, welcome Dar! Hi Dar, good morning!
Good morning! Everything
Ayan.
okay? Yan. Okay, sige.
Yes, thank you,
So, thank you,
Dar.
Jazz. Thank you, Belle. So, guys, good morning. It's day 2 of our You Got This PH Summit. And thank you, everyone, for joining us early this morning. I know sometimes sa Saturday, Sunday, gusto nating mag-sleep in. But we're very happy that you're here spending the last 2 days, like yesterday and then today, with us. And the reason I guess I want to echo lang what I said yesterday in case there are people who are watching us just today, is that the reason we wanted to do the You Got This PH is really because sobrang ramdam namin yung times talaga ngayon na because of the pandemic, we're really thrown off with our plans, with our schedules, with what we want to do. And then now parang it's really the new normal that we have to absorb and accept. So coming from yesterday's day 1, parang ang daming ang common themes na lumalabas. Kasi it's really a lot about rewriting your story. And I want to share with you guys why we chose the theme of rewriting your story. Kasi honestly, for the past 3-4 years, parang our company has been going through journey sa organization namin. Kasi in a way, during that time, mga 4 years ago, our company was expanding. So, because of this expansion, kasi parang nagkakaroon ng opportunities, we want to figure out kung saan tayo mag-grow, 'di ba? Normal naman eh. Before the pandemic, iniisip naman talaga natin paano tayo mag-grow, paano tayo mag-expand, 'di ba? So, around 3, 4 years ago, we were already looking at that. And then one of the things that we realized is that even if we talk about empowerment, dream empowerment, parang kulang pa din within us, within our own company, what dream empowerment is all about or how do we empower ourselves. Kaya we went talaga into a journey of self-awareness. And during that journey of self-awareness, ito talaga yung na-realize natin na just like the conversation we had yesterday with Doc Gia, it's really a process. So, meaning talaga nito, dahil may process, kailangan talagang, meaning it doesn't end. The growth process does not end. The pivoting, the shifting, the changing, the adjusting does not end. We were doing it already before. Right now lang during the pandemic, ramdam natin. And going back, kaya kami nag-rewrite kasi during our self-awareness journey, ang dami naming na-realize na concerns that we have personally. Na parang ako, I shared this during in one of the posts we have in BTJ na parang growing up, I had that story na parang I'm too much. And I know some of my friends na who have parang similar traits as I have, na parang you're too much, 'di ba? Kasi in general naman when we were growing up, hindi naman normal yung girls na very outspoken eh, right? It's only some of us who are outspoken. In fact, I remember growing up, my dad would tell me, parang I'll be great as a guy, 'di ba? Kung lalaki lang ako, parang ganon. I mean, he doesn't say it as to put me down, but it just states a lot, says a lot regarding the world that he's coming from. So growing up talaga, ang dami nating ganitong stories na sinasabihan tayo na you're too much, sometimes you feel unlovable, sometimes you feel I'm bad, 'di ba? I'm not enough. Those are stories that we tell ourselves. And napakahirap minsan kalasin eh, yung stories na to. Kasi ano eh, pinasok siya sa atin nung bata pa tayo. And as we grow older, minsan nare-reinforce din siya ng society, 'di ba? Yung expectations ng society na pupunta sa atin na kailangan ganito, kailangan ganyan, kailangan and in a way na i-imbibe natin. So, those stories are the ones that we want to rewrite. Because sometimes these stories really transform into limiting beliefs. And during the pandemic, the past 2 years, ay, feeling ko 2 years na, for 18 months, para malapit na. In the past months, lalo siyang nag-surface eh. Lalong lumabas lahat ng stories that we tell ourselves. And this is why self-awareness is super important. Because sometimes, how do you rewrite a story if you do not even know what the story is? Right? I forgot which speaker yung yesterday nagsabi din eh, na parang there's fact and there's that emotional story that we tell ourselves. So, when I think it's si Shari, sabi niya na parang there's fact, she was with an negligent and abusive husband. But there's also the story she tells herself na tiisin ko na lang yan because what society was telling her na okay lang yan, tiisin mo, ikaw yung mom eh, ikaw yung ilaw ng tahanan, ikaw yung kailangan to bring the family together. Dapat kasi ganito, you should focus on his needs, yung mga ganon, 'di ba? Those are stories that were ingrained in her. But she had to break free. And obviously, guys, 'di ba? When you have this story that you keep on telling yourself, you really feel alone aside from if you're have don't you don't have people necessarily can talk about these things, baka possible din yun eh, na parang lalong na-reinforce yung rewrite. And this is why actually last year when we started the You Got This PH, it was about journaling in to journey on. Kasi the first step to anything is really self-awareness. And sometimes people miss this step. Sometimes people just want to rewrite their story because they're just frustrated with themselves or with the surroundings or what's happening. Pero if you're not rewriting the right story, it might also not help you significantly. So, kaya napaka-important, guys, the self-awareness, and then let's notice. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself for the stories you tell yourself. Just remember to be aware of it. Like when you write it down, please write it down because you will just intending, just you guys watching today, you intend na I want to know what I'm telling myself. I want to know what my story is. Just intend it. And then somehow, I promise you, it will flow. Just commit it in your head that I want to know what story I'm telling myself that's holding me back. So at least somehow, when you journal, eventually, it will come out. So no forcing, no judgment, just self-awareness and intention, and then we can rewrite our stories together. And definitely here in Viviamo BDJ will be here for you, and we're excited to kick things off in our day 2. And I will just request one thing. Sharing is caring. So if you have friends, family who need to hear this right now, even if you think the story of the speaker won't necessarily relate, as sabi nga yesterday, meron siyang paulit-ulit na tema. Paulit-ulit yan because you will be able to touch someone's lives. And for us here, this is the reason why we're doing this event. This is the reason why we do the products that we do. It's to touch people's lives, to be able to give them back the power to make their own choices from this what they've learned about themselves, what they've accepted about themselves, what they've loved about themselves, so they can move forward. So, ayun guys, I hope you guys continue staying with us the whole day, and we're very excited for our lineup today. And I hope you guys share this because I know a lot of people need to hear the message we have for the past 2 days. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Belle, Jazz. Come on in for your game
Hello.
segment.
Hello. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Ay, ikaw lang pala. Ikaw lang ba?
Ako lang.
Sige.
Ay,
Okay.
thank
See you guys
you.
later.
Thank you, Dar. Ayan. Ay, ayan. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ayan, wait lang. Okay. Ayan. Thank you so much, Dar, for that wonderful opening. And just to add lang din is, ayan, I really hope you listen then all throughout the day. Kasi just to add, I remember this one scenario na may tinanong ako before if ano daw, 'di ba parang empowered person ka, woman, ganyan. Tapos parang napaisip din ako na parang, parang una hindi ko pa naano kung oo. Tapos pero parang, yeah, oo. But it hindi ako yung parang yung ano na, oy, oo, okay na empowered. But it's through listening to all other people's stories. It's attending to these kinds of event that really molded me and shaped me to anak kung sino ako ngayon. So I really hope na marami kayong matutunan today. And as you know, mahilig kaming gawa ng mga ganitong event, to invite speakers, to inspire you. And at the same time, we wanted to give you the tools para for your journey of self-development. And one of one of these tools are etong mga planners namin. So, hi Bell, sabi ni Yi. Ayan. So guys, eto na. So, as part of the program, as part of our promo, meron kami yung flash sale namin. So, for the first flash sale today, this 10 o'clock a.m. until 12 p.m., we have, ang ating first is si Focus. Ayan, so yung mga naka-miss ng Focus, yesterday, ito na yung inyong chance. So, we have Focus and Essentials. Ayan. Merong lag lang sa StreamYard ko. Sorry. Ayan. Ayan siya. So, silang dalawa yung magkasabay nating IFA flash sale ngayong 10 o'clock to 12 p.m. Ayan, baliktad yung ano ko. Wait. Ito. Ayan. So, I'm gonna reveal the code. So, bago ko pag-usapan ko ano to Essentials and Focus Planner, especially dun sa mga hindi naka-join yesterday, I'm gonna reveal the code. Ito na. Okay? Ayan. So, our first code, mahuhulaan nyo ba? is, ayan, BOGO Focus 2 and BOGO Essentials 2. Ayan. So, guys, if you want to get your second planner at 40% off, use the promo codes of Focus or Essential. So, what you have to do is, you add to cart 2 of the planner. So, kunwari, essentials yung gusto niyong kunin, add to cart yung dalawang essentials essentials planner, and then use yung promo code nila na BOGO Essentials 2 para ma-less yung 40% off. The 40% off is on the SRP price. Same then with the Focus Journal. So you have to add 2 sa cart niyo for it to work. Ayan. Okay. Excited for BOGO, sabi ni Facebook user. Facebook user, allow StreamYard para makita namin yung names niyo. Sabi ni Kristen, the Boodle Queen. Okay. All right, guys. So, here it goes. So, unahin na natin yung Essentials Planner since ito yung mas mas madali siyang i-explain na. Boodle part 2. Nang bubudol na naman po si Miss Bell. Okay, guys. Alright. So, as I said earlier, sabi din ni Dar kanina, di ba, the first step is self-awareness. And one of the tools for you to do that is through journaling. And we wanted to give you these tools then. So the talks and everything that we do here, yung pag-produce namin ng mga planner, it goes hand in hand then. Ayan. So, the first one is the Essentials Planner. So, as you can see, yung design Essentials Planner, we have a slick black with gold foil stamping. Ayan. So, naka-deboss yan. So, medyo, meaning ko nun, medyo lubog yung nung pagkakastamp sa kanya. Ayan. As you can see. And then, ayan, cute. And then, pagka binuksan mo siya, very clean lang din yung kanyang layout. So, meron lang dalawang special page si Essentials Planner, which is yung The Road to Your Best Life and yung Life Declaration, which is yung Dear 2022 letter for yourself. And then, at the same time, ito na yung mga monthly natawa ko dun sabi ni Rhea, my wallet is hyperventilating na. Alright, so ito yung ating monthly spread. Tapos, yung weekly spread namin is really just a blank, a dotted page. So, kung makikita nyo, dito nyo lang makikita kung anong week na kayo. And dito sa taas na to. Yung this page, kaya siya dotted, kasi this is really more for bullet journal. Pwede kang mag-drawing, pwede mong kulayan, or sky's the limit yung pwede mong gawin. Ayan, I'm focusing to write my future goals and dreams also to have good opportunity. Yes! Ayan. Okay. So, yun ang ating Essentials Planner. Ayan. So, kung makikita sa ganyan lang din siya. Ayan. Okay? So, ayan. So, guys, if you want this planner, and if gusto nyong start ang inyong bullet journaling journey, please do use the BOGO Essentials too. So yung you buy one and get the second one at 40% off. Ayan. And dito na tayo ngayon sa ating focus journal. I got a planner for my guy too. Yes, bilhan ninyo yung inyong partners, di ba? Siyempre, dapat sabay din kayong nagsiself-develop, di ba? Okay, yon. Tama yan, M. Buti ka pa. May pa-partner. Okay. So, ito ang ating focus essentials. Focus journal. Ayan. So, the focus journal, meron siya yung cover niya. So, this is a matte laminated cover. Yung design na makikita nyo sa cover niya, it's called the Pisces Pisces talaga ba? So, Pisces I Trinity. So, ito yung geometrical siya na parang it represents the three moons. Yung moons niya, yung waning, wait lang, asa yung ito. Ayan. Waxing, full, and waning. Ayan. So, the overall theme of our focus journal is acceptance talaga. Accepting all the phases of your life. So, parang, so, di ba yung theme namin ngayon, the rewriting your story, it's really acknowledging your past or your negative self-talk. So, sa focus journal kasi, what it wants is for you to make peace of your pasts. Then, di ba? So, you have to acknowledge kung ano yung mga negative self-talk that you're saying to yourself, which sana ma-realize nyo rin habang nanonood kayo ng natong buong program namin. And when you make peace with your past, you have to embrace your present. So when you embrace your present, parang meaning you accept where you are right now. Diba? So parang you learn from your past mistakes, see the lessons there, ano yung mga gusto ipaaral sa'yo ng universe, diba? And then at the same time, you acknowledge, okay, this is where I am right now. So you embrace your present. And then when you embrace where you are right now, then you plan ahead for your bright future. And ayan, so that's where the focus journal can help you. So yung focus journal, kaya focus ang kanyang name is it helps you laser focus on certain things. So, hindi siya yung sabay-sabay mong gagawin. Kaya kung mapapansin mo, ito. So, meron din siyang Road to Your Best Life na special page. And then yung Dear 2022. Ayan. Tapos ganito yung itsura ng ating monthly spread. Ayan siya. Lapit ko pa para makita nyo. Tapos, may mga holidays din yan na, ayun o, mga nakalagay. Chine-check yan. Isa ako sa mga nagpo-proofread. Okay. So, ayan. Ito. So, di ba, if you focus kayo sa one thing at a time. So, per month, iba yung theme niya. So, kunwari, ito, January, it's accept. Di ba? Meron siyang write up here about what acceptance is, what you need to do. And then, meron siyang exercise na ipapagawa sa inyo dito. And then, this exercise, ito yung ifo-focus ninyo throughout the month. So, it's either you follow this as in eksakto, or you can also add up to iba-iba. Kung anong, halimbawa, pwede ka maglagay ng kung anong exercise that would help you by end of the month accept your pasts. So whether halimbawa either writing it down. Naalala ko nung bata ako, mahilig ako magsulat ng angry thoughts to a notebook, and sabi ko, tawag ko dun burn book. And then nung naglilipat na kami, nakatago yon after all these years, ganyan. Nung binabasa ko, sabi ko, wow, I was a very angry child. Ganyan. So but yun na, I was able to make peace of that, di ba? And then, so after mong i-accept, February, so pagkatapos ng January, meron siyang January check-in. Ito. So, katulad nga yung kinakwento ko kahapon, sabi ko, meron kaming inside joke, na buti pa si Focus Planner, journal, chini-check-in, may taga-check-in kami, nangangamusta. Ayan. Tapos, so sa February is release. Diba? So, you go back to your past, 'di ba? Sa January, you accept it, 'di ba? Make peace with it. Then pagdating mo ng February, you release naman, 'di ba? You don't dwell on your past mistakes. Diba? Kasi if lagi mong iniisip kung sana ganito dati ginawa ko, sana ganito na lang pala, mas stuck ka na lang doon and you won't be able to move forward. Ayan. Sabi ni Joe, how do I rewrite my story at 50? Hope it's not too late. It's never too late to rewrite your story, Joe. And I hope today will be able to help you then. Ayan. Tapos, ganito, pakita ko yung, I have last 5 minutes left, so papakita ko yung weekly spread natin. So, the weekly spread is a quadrant style. So, you have more space in writing and reflection. So, actually, meron ding si M, yung kasama namin sa team, what she does with her focus journal is her gratitude journal to. So, every day she writes kahit one gratitude lang. So, lahat ng grateful of niya of the day, she writes it down or para nare-record niya. Ayan. Okay, ayan. Alright, and then, so, after you release, di ba, sabi ng, so the first one is, so January is acceptance. And then the second one is release. And then the third, March, awaken. Di ba? So, pag awaken is you're ready to shift your mindset. You're ready to have a new perspective in life, diba? It's about being more self-aware. It's about seeing vulnerability as a sign of strength, diba? Kasi merong iba natatakot, diba, mag-accept ng past or i-acknowledge yung past nila. Kasi, parang minsan meron tayo talaga yung strong front natin na ayaw nating matibag, diba? But, being vulnerable is also a strength talaga. It's being authentic to yourself. So kita nyo, 'di ba? Isa-isa siya. Hindi nyo kailangang magmadali. Sabi ni Zara, 'di ba? Chill lang. Sabi ni Zara one yesterday, chill lang, 'di ba tayo? Chill lang tayo. So focus planner does that. So parang iisa-isahin niya, hindi ka naman niya mamadaliin. 'Di ba? So, by the end of the month, i-check-in ka rin niya ulit. Sasabihin niya, katulad ito, i-check-in niya, things I've accepted. Ano na mga in-accept mo? Things I've successfully gained insights about. And then, things to focus on for next month. 'Di ba? So, you can do this na i-record mo rin dito sa mga weekly spread kung ano yung mga napagdaanan ninyo, mga ganyan. Yes, wag nagmamadali. Always enjoy your life, you, family, and friends. Yan. Diba? And then, April, connect. Diba? So, sa connect, diba, you can't redo your past. But you can always make better choices going forward. So, sabi ni, is it too late? Kasi 50 years old na siya. It's never too late. Yes, we cannot change our past, but we can still change our future. Diba? You still have the power to shape what you want to achieve in the coming days, in the coming years, di ba? Yan. So, you can make better choices. Yes, hindi tayo maging perfect. You will always make mistakes. But every mistake has a lesson. Every mistake has a choice kung paano mo siya i-accept, paano ka makakapag-move forward. And I really hope our planners can help you shape your future, to rewrite your story. So, don't forget to use our our flash sale code for Focus and Essentials. We have the BOGO Focus 2 and BOGO Essentials 2. Or if nakabili na kayo, please tell your friends about it. Guys, merong meron pa 40% off sa BDJ ngayon. Ayan. Okay? So, the promo is 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. only. And the first 50 users lang siya, guys. So, I'm gonna turn the floor to my co-host, si Jasmine, to introduce our first speaker of the day. Ayan, Jas.
Salamat, Belle the Budolera. Thank you so much, Belle. So don't forget, okay? BOGO Focus 2 BOGO Essentials too. All right. So for our first segment, fall in love with yourself. Okay, I'd like to introduce our very beautiful speaker. She is a model, author, and a speaker who has inspired thousands of young women to embrace themselves. In 2016, she and her twin sister Dana released their book, The Big Fat Book of Self Love. They currently host their podcast, Raw and Real with Dana and Stacy, which feature candid conversations on faith, life, and womanhood. Ladies and some gentlemen, please welcome Miss Stacy Gutierrez. Hi, Stacy! Nakamute ka ata, Stacy.
Ayan.
Ayan, it's so
Ayan,
nice
ayan.
to meet you, although virtual.
Yes, yes. Ikaw din. Hello.
How are you today? Thank you so much for gracing our event with your presence today. Kamusta ka?
Of course. Okay naman. I just recently moved in my mom's house. So, just settling in and yeah.
Okay. Sige, so today is all about self-love and embracing your insecurities. May I ask, what were your biggest insecurities growing up?
Growing up, it's always been my body. It's always been my weight. We're really fat in our family. Parang I don't even wanna censor the word fat, but it is what it is. Tabain talaga kami sa family. And growing up, even my own mom would tell me na, ganda mo, pero kailangan mo magpapayat, my own relatives. And I would hear that all the time, na parang, I will never be enough until I lose weight. So that was really my biggest insecurity growing up na, my gosh, I really need to lose weight in order to be something, or in order to be beautiful.
Can you share any previous experience with regards to body shaming? I mean, so you mentioned your mom, even
Yeah.
your mom would say that. Is there a memory or two that would really stand out?
Oh, definitely. So when I was young, as in at as young as 8 years old, so I was trying on a swimsuit, and my mom was with me in the fitting room, and tinitignan niya rin yung body ko in the mirror. So we were both checking it out, kung maganda yung fit and all. And she would really like touch certain body parts and say na, kulang pa. Kailangan mo mag-diet. You have to,
At eight.
watch what
At
you eat at 8 years old. So, parang you just always internalize these messages na, okay, sige, so I guess I have to lose weight without really questioning na, wait, who said? Who said na I really have to diet? I mean, there is a certain intention din kasi. Parang I understand that, you really have to lose weight at a certain point for health. For
Yeah.
health. But if it's always pointed out because paano magkakagusto sa'yo yung crush mo niyan if you're not losing weight or if you're not skinny, di ba? Paano ka naman magkakaroon ng boyfriend? Parang kung yun lagi yung pinanggagalingan, it has to be questioned. And another memory I have that really stuck with me until this day is, so me and my sister got into plus size modeling. And then, chinichika ako ng makeup artist. So, habang inaayusan niya ako, he's like, grabe, ang ganda ng face. Pero ba't di ka magpapayat? Ganyan. So I said, hindi, actually, I used to have bulimia nga eh. Para I always bring in the eating disorder para, you know what, I don't need this dialogue. Parang I come from a very toxic history of dealing with eating disorders, having my own body issues, body dysmorphia. So I don't need this. So that's what I told him. Sabi ko, hindi, actually, I'm good where I am now. I used to have eating disorders. I used to have bulimia and anorexia. And then the makeup artist goes, edi balik mo. Parang,
Huh?
yeah. And so I was just like, I'm sure it was said out of jest, but it was just done in bad taste. And parang, why will you even joke about that? You know what I mean?
Oo. Would you consider it parang which caused which? How did this insecurity or these body shaming conversations affect your overall well-being? Did it really take a toll on your mental health? Is the bulimia like an effect of that, or parang kasi kami bulimia kasi I
Yeah,
mean,
no, definitely. The root would be all these comments, and hearing it at such a young age, and no one's really guiding you properly through it. Parang tinatanggap mo lang siya ng tinatanggap, and kids are such sponges. My mom will always complain about her weight. She would point out the issues about my weight, and I was too young to even, say na, wait lang, don't dump that on me, right? Like, I shouldn't even accept these thoughts. But yeah, I didn't know any better. And so I internalized it as truth na, okay, sige, I believe you. Hindi, walang may magkakagusto sa akin. Which brings me back to, like, why do I even need a man in the first place? Like, why do I need that validation of having a boyfriend even, right? Like, no one's
oh,
questioning that. So, yun. So, I just believed it. And I've done all the diets possible, like, I tried slimming pills in high school and college. I was just obsessed. And then, yun, hanggat sa nothing really works, I didn't know much about health and nutrition back then. So, my last resort was, parang, I'll starve myself na lang. Parang, maybe I should just stop eating. So at first, what I did was really, yun nga, yung longest that I went with not eating food was 3 days. And then at the
oh
third
my
day,
God.
talagang parang di ko na to kaya, I have to eat. So I started binging. And then when I binged naman, I overate. And then I felt so bad na parang sinayang ko yung 3 days. And then the thought came to my mind na I'm gonna purge it out. So that became the habit. That became my lifestyle for almost a year na parang I would eat a lot, and then I would purge it out. And so until I reached a point na nalalagas na yung hair ko, my nails were turning black. And I was like, hindi ko pa siya nako-connect nung una na maybe it was what the bulimia, right? But, naghihina na ako. At first, I was really excelling in school. I was top of the class. But syempre, since lagi kang lutang, you're not eating, you're getting sick without all the nutrition your body needs. So I started like failing and just like wala na, nag-slide off na ako sa top of the class and all that. Until I started Googling the symptoms. And yun na, parang nasa medyo fatal level na pala yung eating disorder ko. And buti na lang then it came to a point na my sister caught me, my twin sister, and she really had to tell my mom. And I guess, syempre at that time, I hated her for it, na parang sumbongera ka, bakit mo ko kailangan ilaglag and all. But, I'm really grateful that she did that because if not, I would have, fatal level na eh.
Mm. Ano to, I would imagine, no, your mom also probably has her own experience and trauma, and that's
Yeah,
parang kumbaga yun yung kinalakihan din niya eh. Kumbaga that
exactly,
kind of
yes.
culture and talk, and also she just wants what's best for you, and she
Yeah,
wouldn't have known any better because also of the
agree.
kind of culture that she grew up in. I'm glad your sister was there for you, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you and your family are in this journey of wellness now, hindi ba? And embracing yourselves. Aside from that turning point with you and your sister and hopefully your mom too, what were the
Yeah.
support systems that you had that helped you recover from that eating disorder?
I think after that time, I also went soul searching. Like, I was just so confused and parang, is it really beauty? Do I live for beauty? Is it really boys? So at that point, I got introduced to a writer who's a Christian. And so we started talking about that. And then, I started getting interested in the faith. And then I realized na, hey, God's redefining beauty and it's something that's really about the character. So parang doon din ako nag-lean towards na, hey, you know what, that's true. Parang so many good-looking people, but when you talk to them, they start getting ugly, and then, so parang doon ako na-draw in na, you know what, I can redefine beauty and I don't have to follow the standards of the media, the standards of society, the standards of the world. So yon, na parang that really empowered me too na, you know what, screw this, I'm not gonna be affected, I'm really gonna work hard on myself and I'm really gonna start redefining beauty. So that's when me and my sister nga came up with our body positivity movement, which was the Plump and I back then, and then it evolved into a web magazine, plump.ph.
Ang ganda, ang ganda. Is this, do you consider this narrative kumbaga your way of rewriting that particular story,
Yeah.
kumbaga the actual change is the rewriting, or parang did it start na parang iba talaga yung narrative, it's just self-talk, and then when you started sharing it, dun yung particular change?
Actually, the change happened as we started rewriting the narrative. Parang we were just like, hey, let's just share our experiences. Parang ang laki nung lack online of women talking about their bodies, which is such a common issue among us, right? We have so many insecurities with our bodies. So the next start, we started writing about it. But, today, as we launched our podcast, we have rewritten that story again. So parang we just keep evolving and evolving and evolving. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's a good thing that you're not stuck where you are. And you also, you know, learn to humble yourself enough to admit na, wait lang, parang medyo hindi na nag-work tong message na to, something's off. And then you always redirect it back to the truth.
To the truth. Ang ganda. You and your twin sister no, have always been rewriting your story as well in the self-love and body positivity sphere. Sabi mo nga sometimes the message no longer works. So parang
Yeah.
the same heart or the same intention. Can you talk about this some more? Parang let's begin with why you started the body positivity advocacy. So obviously
Yeah.
that would be your childhood and your experience in the first place. And then yun nga, the journey, how has it changed? If you can share more about that. The
Right.
story, how the rewritings, kumbaga.
Yeah. So, syempre nga, so the blog came about from me coming from eating disorders, my sister having her own obsession with dieting and working out and all of that. So, dun nag-start yung message. And, the body positivity movement naman, when we started it, syempre we had really good intentions. We were very vocal about body acceptance. You have to accept who you are, what you are. Because some things you can change it talaga eh. Parang if it's part of your genes, di ba? If it's part of your makeup, then you have to learn to accept it. And it is what it is, right? And then we also encouraged women to not compare and not shame naman thin girls. Kasi may iba naman na nag-comment sa blog namin na, oo, pangit mga payat, ayaw ng lalaki ng payat. Parang, wait, bakit naman naging gano'n na naman yung message?
Iba
Parang,
naman.
oo, parang, that's still body shaming, right? When you tell a fat person to, pang ilang round mo na yan, pang ilang ano mo na yan, and then you say the same to a skinny girl na, kumain ka nga, sobrang payat mo, parang you're assuming something about their health kasi. And it's really toxic in a way because wala ka namang alam about her health history, di ba? Parang nakikita mo lang yung shape ng katawan niya, yung weight niya. So, it's also coming from a place of ignorance, and that's why we really started the blog to raise awareness about it. And then, as the blog continued on, we also wanted to tell girls na as you accept your body, you can also improve on yourself. Parang hindi naman siya nag-end na, okay, tanggap ko na yung sarili ko, even if you're living a very unhealthy life, right? Whether you're not taking care of your body the way you should, or whether what you're feeding your body is all junk, di ka natutulog, nagpupuyat ka, all these things. We're very into holistic wellness din kasi, which isn't really determined by your weight completely. So many people out there na sobrang buff, sobrang good looking, but they have their own addictions. So many people out there who are big, but, they run every day, they eat well, just because it's not yet physically manifesting the way their weight should be, doesn't mean they're not living a healthy life. So our main message is just don't judge bodies, don't shame bodies, and don't assume anything about bodies because, number one, you really can't. Wala, parang the way a body looks is just the tip of the iceberg. So just shut it. You know what I mean? So, anyway, so yun yung naging messaging. So ayaw lang din namin maging stuck yung mga girls na parang, okay, sige, mataba ako and I'll stay like this forever. Parang ito na yon. Parang no, you also need to, our message is, okay, find what works for you in terms of your eating habits, in terms of your lifestyle. That will contribute to your overall wellness. And then, kebs na whatever your body, whatever the weight is. Kebs na kung mag-lose ka ng weight, kebs na kung mag-iba yung shape ng weight mo, as long as, you're doing it internally and you're doing it for wellness overall. But then, at a certain point, I think this whole body positivity movement became that. Yung parang, hindi, ito na ako eh, so deal with it. I'm over 200 pounds and wala na, ito na yon. Like, it's, gets ko naman, parang I've also been there na I just also want to wear the clothes I wanted to wear. We were fighting for fashion equality too, na parang why are there not enough good clothes for bigger girls? Parang growing up no high school ako, I always had to buy pants sa men's section. Wala kasing kasya sa akin eh. And so I would compromise na, it's very important also to be able to have options on how you want to represent yourself. So yun lang. So we were also vocal about that. So, but at a certain point, we also want to encourage girls to make healthy changes if necessary, whatever they find necessary at their season, right? So yun lang. But yun nga, the body positivity movement also, this whole self-love movement became very self-absorbed in a way na parang it's my world, if you're toxic, I'm just gonna cut you off. Ayok, parang it's me. It's all about me na parang both. There's a very thin line between healthy self-love and vanity or conceit na medyo nag-swing na siya in that direction. We're not saying our message swung in that area, pero the majority, like the whole movement in general. So we really had to take a step back and be like, yo, parang medyo toxic na rin siya. It's coming to a toxic point na. So we're like, okay, what are we gonna do about it? And, as Christians, as followers of Christ, we also know that, we're not living for us anymore. Parang we want to live for Christ. So we just really had to regroup and rethink na, okay, how are we gonna position ourselves in this movement now? And I think, our best approach was, you know what, let's just, hindi naman kami against the self-love, but it's just this worldly kind of self-love na parang it's all bubble baths and, I'm gonna treat myself all the time. Parang, girl, hindi yan. Self-love also means disciplining yourself. Self-love also means being accountable to your actions, diba? Self-love also means building up on your EQ. So, hindi ka lang just, basta hindi mo gusto yung nangyari, you're gonna remove yourself from that situation. But, in the Christian worldview, suffering is something that refines us. So you just can't keep cutting off toxic people and all. Like, what if it's your it's a relative, and we are called to honor our mom and our dad. We are called to honor our parents. So what, you're just gonna cut off your parents? Parang that's not gonna work really. So yun lang. Parang we really had to reassess and just, you know what, hindi na ito yung healthy self-love. So let's just get ourselves out of it and start a new thing, which is our podcast. So in our podcast naman, we're not against self-love. We're not saying that self-love is bad. Of course, it is important to prioritize yourself, especially when it comes to, working on yourself before you even jump to the next relationship or whatnot. So yun yung mga tinatakal namin now. But yun lang, we're just very worried with preaching or adding to that messaging na, puro, it's me and my world, you're just living in it. Parang,
Me,
my gosh.
myself, and I.
Yeah, medyo toxic na rin yun, yeah.
This is beautiful, no? Very, very beautiful, Stacy. Thank you. I think it's very responsible of you when you have that voice and you're part of that conversation that you also grow and learn from that
Yeah.
message and how that message is actually received or translated
Yeah.
in their lives, hindi ba? So,
Right.
parang, I get you, no? Parang sometimes self-love nga, parang, or even just the act of wanting to be confident in your own
Yeah.
skin, parang it feels selfish. So,
Right.
to me, for example, if you ask me, I think self-love also means learning to cultivate your relationships. Kumbaga, it's not just,
Right.
parang, it's from the inside moving outward. And I really feel that in the message that you have had from when it started, and then when it started to, and then when people started thinking of it as a toxic body positivity naman, parang
Yeah.
naging gandun. And now how you're redefining that. So, what is your definition of self-love now? And what does being confident and being comfortable in one's own skin mean to you now?
I think self-love to me now is also looking at the ugly parts of yourself and confronting that. Hindi lang kasi siya yung parang, oh, I'm this, I'm the shit. Di ba parang, sorry, so many people right now are like, I'm so hot, I'm like this, I'm everything. Parang, You know what? Sure, I get it. Affirmations are important, especially, when you're insecure and your mind can get too muddled with, yun nga, yung sinasabi ni Dar kanina na I am bad, I'm ashamed, and all that. Sure, affirmations definitely have a healthy place in bettering yourself. But, you also have to take a good hard look on the ugliest parts of you because we all have it. We all have it. And it's not just always magnifying all your good qualities. Eh. Sometimes you also have to be honesty lang. Just be honest. Na parang sit with yourself, take a good hard look at where you are, and then, having that healthy dialogue with yourself na, okay, what should I do to improve this? What should I do to change this? Because if I'm just gonna keep covering it up with all my good qualities, then you're not really evolving into a better person. Diba? Niloloko mo lang sarili mo kung ganon. So that's very important to me. It's really confronting. I'm facing it head on. Also, just having the discipline um, to put in certain areas of your life, right? Like with me, it really came to a point during the pandemic, the first few months of the pandemic, I was dealing with a breakup. And so I was just crying every day. Wala akong ginagawa. Iyak lang ako. Tapos I'm gonna eat my feelings. Until I realized na, hey, this is taking a toll on my health, on my mental health. I don't feel good. I feel super lethargic. And so at some point in the pandemic, I was like, you know what? I'm really gonna commit to wellness. I really want to better myself that way. And so I didn't even expect na when I started this journey, my fitness journey, it started as me walking for 15 minutes lang. Ganun kasimple, parang I'll just walk for 15 minutes a day. And now I'm just really into working out like 1.5 hours every day. I love it, and I'm not even doing it to lose weight. Parang it's really more of the consistency, it's more of the strength, it's more of the discipline. So yun, so that's what self-love is to me now. It's really taking care of myself, and also learning the fine line of when to stop and rest and when to push myself for, like, just push yourself to be better. So yun, parang just also the awareness of that, and learning to give myself grace when I need it. Also just constantly forgiving myself for all the things I've done in the past. And, self-love is also just being able to look at yourself from an outsider's perspective. Hindi yung masyado kang caught up sa thoughts mo eh. You really also have to learn to detach. And then see yourself for what you are. And then make the necessary changes, make the necessary adjustments that you need to do.
Thank you, Stacy. What are if you can share, what are the practices that you developed over the years in order to maintain a positive outlook on life amidst all the negativity that you have gone through? Kasi, I mean, I understand, I can see that you've struggled with it, di ba? Parang sabi mo nga at the start of the pandemic, a breakup, eating your feelings, ganyan. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there were like things aside from etong you committed to a consistent fitness regimen now. Can you share some more so that people with similar struggles can also benefit from them?
Right. So for a positive outlook in life, I'm really big now on journaling and reparenting myself. So reparenting yourself means, yun nga eh, meron kang kinder voice in your head that you use to talk to yourself. And this voice is very helpful because it helps you to observe your thoughts first. Dati kasi parang kung ano naisip ko, yun na yun eh. Parang, okay, naisip ko siya, it's so impulsive. It's so random, it's so spontaneous, and we get like so many different thoughts every single day, and if you cling on every thought, talagang mababaliw ka, parang it's really gonna take you all over the place, right? So now I'm really learning to, when there's this intrusive thought or whatever thought, I learn to detach myself from it first. Like, okay, ano yung sinasabi ng thought na yon? Totoo ba? Is it helpful? Is it, where will this thought take me if I act on it? Yun lang, parang just really more awareness. More awareness, para every time you have a negative dialogue in your mind, you're not a slave to that thought. Parang makikita mo talaga siya na, whoops, wait lang, di ko kailangan paniwalaan yan. I can hear it, it's in my mind, but I can observe it first. And yung mahirap lang talaga is, of course, the first part of learning to detach. Kasi we experience the thought too eh, But we really have to realize na we can also change our own minds. Diba? We can change our minds. We can rationalize with ourselves with a negative thought when you want to spiral down and you just want to turn to self pity. You know, it's so easy to do that, but you can always take a step back and observe. And yun yeah, talk to yourself, reparent yourself na parang to be that person that you want to be, you really have to reparent and talk to yourself.
Oo, kasi 'di ba parang you're the only one, parang the only thing that you can control is really your own thoughts and your own
Yeah.
feelings. And then
Yes.
sometimes chemical imbalance,
Right.
mental disability is real, but if
Yeah.
you really detach nga yourself, I like what what you call it, reparenting. Yesterday
Mm.
Shari was saying you just reframe the story, and then 'di ba sabi mo nga journaling helps. For me, if I may add, no, parang kunwari there's this negative thought, I really write down that thought and
Mm.
literally scratch it out. And then
Ooh,
I
yeah,
try,
that
'di ba? Parang
works.
kasi you have to see it eh. Sometimes parang it's just voices in your head, but if you write it down, 'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
you're able to rewrite. And I like what you call it, reparenting, kasi yun nga medyo may disiplina, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Na kailangan doon. Parang oo nga, reparenting
Yeah, and
nga.
it's the inner child kasi we're dealing with it. Our inner child, parang as we become adults, our inner child is still there. And marami siyang unmet needs, marami siyang, confusion growing up. Di din naman lahat, especially if you come from quite a dysfunctional family, you really need to do that as an adult.
Ang galing, sobrang galing. Why are consistency and discipline important when it comes to those positive practices? For you, ako, I
Yeah.
mean, yun nga, sabi ko, I love how you called it, reparenting, and that resonates to me as a mom. For you, why are consistency
You're
and
a mom!
discipline important? Of
What?
six! Six!
What? Wild, wild! Oh my gosh! Galing, girl! Wild!
Six, Stacy, coming from you. Oh, game, game.
Okay, sige. So, discipline and consistency. It's super important because, when you apply discipline and consistency sa increment, I am super into incremental improvements with what I mentioned earlier na parang I started at 15 minutes of walking. And a year and a half later, I'm doing 1 hour and a half of lifting weights, cardio, and all that. So imagine, if you're gonna add on top of each day, kahit 10% lang, you're gonna hit 100% at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Right? So just be patient, do what you can, do everything at your own pace, whether it be you're improving your emotional EQ or your fitness or whatever. Wag akala kasi natin parang it's just a switch na hindi, bukas, like, big change agad. But no, it's really the small, it's really in the habits, it's in the small steps you take, which will get better if you apply discipline and consistency.
Ano to, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are curious, no? I mean, syempre, we've all been having struggles and you've talked about growing up with your insecurities. And then,
Yeah.
although thank you for sharing na yung first mo during the pandemic was a breakup.
Yeah.
What are the biggest challenges during this pandemic for you?
Um, Yun nga parang just the breakup and wala akong distraction. Parang usually I'd be out and about, parang labas tayo, let's go out, let's go party, just to distract myself. But I was really forced to, wala kang magagawa. You're stuck at home, bawal ka lumabas. So yun, so I really had to, dun din talaga ako nag-start mag-journal Like, just talking to myself and, yun nga, reframing the story na, my instinct kasi is always to self-pity and be, it's my fault, it's all my fault, I'm so insecure, ito kasi ako, ito, lahat ng pagkukulang ko, blah, blah, blah. But I really had to talk to myself via journaling na, okay, see it for what it is, list it down, para talagang nakikita mo siya hindi lang siya, it's really to give yourself clarity too. So I started writing it down, the pros and the cons, of the breakup and all. So, and then I started writing more pros na parang if I'm really gonna be honest with myself, I really need to be in a season of aloneness because maybe I've been jumping into relationships because I'm just lonely and I'm trying to distract myself, and just really confronting these things. And yun nga, ang hirap din ng pandemic na I have to talk to my friends just online. Diba? Iba pa rin talaga yung face-to-face human connections. And I had to settle with just Zoom calls and video calls. Um, so yun. But it's a good thing too. It mahirap siya, but it turned out to be a good thing because yun nga, I was able to just really be still and confront and not turn to another distraction.
Parang naging ano pa tuloy ano, naging avenue pa tuloy yung pandemic for you to look closer
Yeah,
at yourself. Yeah.
sobra, sobra.
What do you look forward to after the pandemic?
Um, see, I really want to be in a community, like just, do talks, nakakamiss din mag-talks, meet girls who are struggling the way I did, and just really help them out. I'm looking forward to traveling, definitely. I miss traveling a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, ako din. Nami-miss ko rin yan. Stacy, if you can indulge us some more, I'm pretty sure a lot of our Bellas are also excited to meet you after the pandemic. At least for now, no, we have this
Yeah.
platform that we can. I'm sure they have a lot of questions and they will be asking you in the comment section. My last question, though, before I open the floor to them, is there a message that you'd like to give to women and men who are still suffering from body shaming or body dysmorphia or other insecurities that have to do with their body image, and what advice would you like to give them on how to dream, plan, and thrive, especially during this pandemic?
When it comes to dealing with your body issues, you have to ask yourself at some point, now, why are other people's comments so important to me anyway? Parang, bakit ako super affected? If people point out na, oh, ang laki ng ilong mo, or oh, ang taba mo, and if it's the truth about you, then why do you give it so much weight, right? Because it's really a mental game, dealing with body image and um, yun like what you said earlier, tama, I totally agree. Now, we cannot control the comments of everyone. We cannot tell them na, oh, you make me so triggered. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Parang, we cannot. We cannot. We can try. But at the end of the day, what you can control is how you internalize these messages and how you react to these messages. So I think yun. You really have to sit with yourself and ask, bakit nga ba sobrang big deal sa akin ang comment na to? Bakit nga ba? And so from there, you will start to realize na, wow, you're really giving more weight to other people's opinion of you. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you need validation so much from the outside world. Kaya kung anong iba to sa'yo, tatanggapin mo na lang, right? So yun. So it's really at the end of the day, learning to deal with your own reactions and learning to know whose comments to accept and kung ano you're just gonna let slide off. Because kaya naman eh. You don't have to accept every comment as truth. You don't have to accept every criticism as truth. So yun, you really have to, mental fortitude talaga is very important. Like, you really have to be strong in yourself. And if it's the truth, so what? Parang, okay, you pointed out, malaki yung chan ko. Okay, it is. And then, okay, thank you for stating the obvious. Like, okay, ano ngayon, right?
Stating the
So yung
obvious,
mga ganon.
actually.
Diba? So yun lang. And from there, I hope that it really pushes people to be comfortable with themselves. Parang, I've lived a very shameful life in terms of my body, and it's a very sad way to live. It's so limiting, and there is so much freedom in just accepting your body and your looks for what they are and not letting it affect how you live your life.
Thank you, Stacy. Sobrang ganda. So guys, do you have any questions for Stacy? Ang daming takeaways. Thank you so much. Ayan, no? Ang dami nila natutunan sa'yo. Hello, hello. Let's see. Ayan, si Sai is sharing again, loving us comes from ourselves in order to give others the idea of how we want to be and should be loved. Otherwise, we will end up frustrated. People will have no idea unless we give them the idea. Oo nga
All
naman!
right. Ganda. Yes. How we love ourselves will really determine how others will love us too. So if you're
Ayan,
really
so,
coming from a place of parang emptiness, you're really just gonna accept cheap attention, cheap love. Yeah.
Yeah. Joanne says, I do it also. Talking to myself through journaling, lalo na kung wala kang masasharan nung nararamdaman
Yeah.
mo.
Be there for you. Yes.
Be there for you. Yes. Yes to yourself. Yan din ang theme namin ngayon sa Bella Moms eh. Okay, Mayan, I really don't mind pero sometimes kapag naglalakad ako, there are people na magsabing, ano yan, kadiri naman yan and more. Nakakaiyak minsan. How do you deal nga with those things, Stace? Do you have
You
an
know what?
advice for me yan?
Yeah, feel your feelings. Of course, these comments talaga can be triggering. I'm not saying naman na parang you're just always, wapakels, like it's not gonna affect you. Of course, some comments will affect you and really strike a chord and will make you feel bad, no? But, after you cry it out, it's what you tell yourself na, okay, I don't know that person, diba? Nasty siya. And, these negative comments say more about them than you. Siguro ganyan din siya ka-harsh sa sarili niya. Siguro ganyan din siya ka-overcritical with her own body. And so, pinoproject niya sa'yo. And you don't have to accept that.
You don't have to accept that. Oo nga naman. Thank you,
Yeah.
Stace. Ganda nun. You know what, you talked about starting a habit, di ba? How do you keep at it?
Um, just, just show up for yourself. Yun lang din eh. When I was starting my fitness journey, syempre, from not moving at all to like getting into an active lifestyle. Pero ang hindi ko pinressure sarili ko na dapat day one pa lang 1 hour of walking. No, just do what you can for the day. Yun lang. If there's one thing na you have to push yourself to do, it's to show up for yourself. Yun lang. But don't put pressure na dapat maka 30 minutes ako today, dapat maka 1 hour ako today. No, just feel it out too. Parang as long as you show up, kahit 5 minutes lang yan, there are days na I will just walk for 5 minutes and hindi ko na kaya. Then that's fine. At least you showed up for yourself. That's a big thing already.
Grabe. Oh, so Rochelle is sharing, I'm still learning to love myself day by day. Some days I still look at the mirror and hate what I see. But sometimes I try saying, you look awesome today. And it helps me feel lighter. Grabe.
Yeah.
Stacy, parang ang bilis ng usap natin tapos sumasabog yung comments namin with affirmations and learnings and takeaways. Ako parang feeling ko just talking to you and your energy of positivity, it's not toxic at all. Thank you so much for sharing
Oh, thank
that
you. Thank
vibe
you.
and for advocating that embracing yourself, flaws and all, that self-love is really about looking at yourself, taking a step back. I really loved what you shared about that. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to our Bellas before we end this segment, or would you like to invite them to your podcast?
Yes, please check out Raw and Real with Dana and Stacy. It's a marupok rehab of some sort. I'm just talking about, women empowerment, our issues, dating, the culture. So I'm sure you're gonna get more insights there. So just check it out. We are on Spotify, on iTunes, and on Anchor. So if you have time, please check it out.
Okay, I think we still have time for maybe one or two questions. Para may
Right.
nakita pa kami pumasok. Kitty is asking, how do you react when someone, sorry, Kitty please, how do you adapt in a situation that you felt something special among, how do you adapt in a situation that, paano to? That you, Kitty, how do you react when someone is showing rudeness and bullying, pero you're among friends?
Oh, first I would question the friendship. Why is there rudeness and bullying to begin with? Baka toxic friends yan, girl, and not real friends. So maybe you'd like to think about that. But yeah, in terms of that, again, every time I face a nasty situation, especially with my work, I work as a media relations manager and I deal with celebrities and sometimes their egos are just like, whoa, and I have to deal with that. Inisip ko na lang, EQ building exercise. So you don't have to always react. Reacting is the first, parang the first reaction Parang you have to learn to respond than react. So, it's easier said than, it's harder to do, definitely, but, just always remind yourself na yung energy na binabato sa'yo, you don't have to match it naman You can be at peace, you can be calm, than, matching someone rude and someone bullying you, and then ma-realize mo na, shucks, ba't ako pumatol later on, di ba? And then you're gonna feel bad about yourself na dapat di ka na lang pinatulan, it was so low, so just having that mindfulness and giving yourself the time to respond accordingly.
Oo, sabi nga ni Irish, actually those people who always comment probably need more love and self-acceptance.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then Abigail also asks, how do you deal with bullying because of your insecurities? Do you still experience that now that you have this whole big audience na nabubully pa rin kayo in your own platform?
Yes, yes, definitely. So rarely naman, pero meron pa rin magli-leave ng mga nasty comments dyan sa Instagram, ganyan. Meron pa rin. But wala, I just block them. I don't need that. Parang if you're just gonna throw nasty comments on my page, I treat my Instagram as my house, it's my page. I do what I can with it. And if you're just gonna be nasty here, parang then you're not welcome here. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think the best thing that you said is really to respond rather than to react. So yeah, I think we have time for that na lang. Thank you so much, Stacy. Nabitin ako.
Thank you so much, Jazz. I really enjoyed.
Me too. But so there. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you so much, Stacy. And please continue being that voice, that
Thank
positive
you.
voice for everybody. So that's it for our segment with Stacy. Please don't forget to follow her and subscribe to her podcast. Please switch to the next live for segment 2 with Prim Paipon. And I know Belle has a game in store for you guys. So go, refresh. Thanks, Stacy. Thanks, guys. Bye.